gentlemen, boys and girls, hopefully you can all see us. You can all hear us. We are here. We are here. We are here. We are here. Welcome
and alive and well in crystal clear, high definition. There we go.
There we go. And I can, yes, we are still in the process of learning these things, figuring out these things. So I appreciate you hanging with us, being with us, and, just being here. 10 a.m.s.
We're here to get you over the hump. Well, you're right on the cusp of the top of the hump. So the top of the hump of a Wednesday is what, 2 p.m., 1 p.m., something like that. So we're beginning to push you over the edge of the week hump, and then it's just a slow decline till Friday. So that's what we do, and we're happy to be doing this. But no, it's a slow decline. It's like a slow glide, not decline, a glide into Friday. That's it.
Okay, makes sense.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's
Wednesday.
November 8th, episode 2, ZMB Unfiltered Live.
It is a day, folks. We woke up, folks, to some breaking news. We woke up to some breaking news. Chat. Who knew this was coming?
Did you play the sound?
Well, you can't hear it.
But you did.
I did. There is a sound.
Oh, I was stuck with my finger in the air because I didn't hear it on my end.
Oh. I'm not sure how I could send that to you.
How does the Avengers Tower look, Zach? How's it looking? How's it looking, man?
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. Coming
Seeing is believing.
November 24th, 2023. We are officially getting the Avengers Tower. All the hype horns, all the applause. Absolutely incredible. 5,201 pieces. 31, count them, 31 minifigs included in this set. Wowie zowie indeedy Rooney, folks. Now this has been the worst kept secret in Lego history for the most part. And we expected this to be announced later today, but Lego once again surprising us and hitting us with an early look at the official images and everything that you can expect to see, including Hulk smashing Loki, complete with the body marks on your screen there of Loki's body print in the concrete, which I think is one of my favorite little hidden gems that of many that I'm sure we're going to see with this set. But this, I said it last week during our episode, Brian. This to me, this is a perfect set. Without even building it, without touching it, without seeing it in person, my early feelings on this set is, this is perfect because it is an adult set with a ton of play features, a ton of memorable moments that you can set up from movies ranging from Avengers 1 to all the way to Endgame, because of spoilers, them going back in time and revisiting Avengers Tower during that, or actually I guess at that point it would have been Stark Tower.
Right.
Revisiting the 2012 Stark Tower. This set is humongous. I love that they give you the dimensions, but I love that the pictures on lego.com do put it in perspective with a person building it, where you can really just gauge how tall it really, really is. The Daily Bugle was tall, but it was tall because of some of the antennas and stuff kind of coming out of the top. This is full on structure tall. Like, that's what this is. This is a full skyscraper structure tall, biggest skyscraper they've ever done. Most minifigs ever included in a set. They are checking all the boxes. Mr. Bricks O'Brien, thoughts on the Avengers Tower, sir?
It is as close to a perfect Lego set for an intellectual property I think you can get, especially off the heels of 2 lackluster MCU sets. Regardless of, I know you built the Black Panther bust, and it was as good of an experience as you said it was, but clearly, based on it being 40% off all the time, does not mean it resonated with people in general. And I can't see a situation where this goes 40% off ever, just like the Daily Bugle. We've even seen the Sanctum Sanctorum on sale before because it just did not quite hit the way that the Daily Bugle did. And this does, and it succeeds everything I think the Bugle was, in that it fully represents everything MCU basically in one set, even including having Kevin Feige as a minifigure, which I believe is something that was a shortcoming of the Daily Bugle, or even of just Marvel sets in general, that we have the president of Marvel Studios included in a Lego set, but not one of the guys that started it all, Stan Lee, which seems like a very big miss, but I can only assume it has something to do with his estate or licensing or something that, is just not allowing that to happen at this time, which is why we got Kevin Feige instead of Stan Lee. That's the only thing that immediately comes to mind for me. Like, man, I wish. But even them including 31 minifigures, we still get a bunch of Chitauri, which doesn't feel out of place in a size set like this. It feels actually kind of welcome considering how many scenes they're involved in and, their prevalence all throughout the movie. So I'm not even necessarily bothered by that. All of it makes sense. The price point, the amount of pieces, and the volume of stuff you're getting just really makes it for a complete package across the board. In terms of new minifigures, like new, we have Eric Selvig, which we've never gotten him before. Helen Cho, we have not gotten before. And pretty much everybody else we've gotten in some capacity. And Kevin Feige, obviously. But that's a brand new Vision that has translucent legs on the bottom, which is very cool. I believe the cape is translucent as well. So it's like more
dual,
like
it's a wild design there.
I don't think it's a fabric and plastic. I think it's just a plastic, like a really stiff, unique cape for him.
Sure.
And in a lot of other circumstances, I would be aggravated by the fact that we technically get like 4 renditions of Tony Stark. We get 2 Captain Americas, 4 Chitauri. But I think it works. And the printing on some of these are the same, but that also works because time travel and blah, 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 right? So all of it looks good to me. This is by far a day one purchase for me. I will be cashing in my smog hoard of VIP points to make it happen or find a way to make it happen regardless. And it's going to go right next to my Daily Bugle, which is right over my shoulder, along with the Sanctorum. Very excited about this, Zach.
The two caps are a great touch. Again, we're going back in time and in game back to 2012, where Cap has to fight himself. And ladies and gentlemen, him laying there on the ground, that in fact is
America's ass.
That is America's ass. And I don't know about
you.
They
should have added 2 studs on the back. I was
just getting ready to say that. I don't know about you. I'm putting 2 little blue studs on them cheeks for him to be looking at. But yeah, that they've captured some of our favorite moments. Now there was one moment that I wanted to point out, which I thought was an odd choice to include, but it is Loki in a containment field with Black Widow. That obviously did not occur. That did not occur on in Avengers Tower. That occurred up in the airbase, flying high over the
helicarrier.
The helicarrier. So it's just them kind of grabbing something and saying, we want to add a little extra, something or other here, a little zhuzh, and provide one extra scene. It's an odd choice, but I feel like they wanted to give Black Widow something to do in in Avengers Tower, because she really doesn't have a lot of scenes incorporated in Avengers Tower because of her fate and everything going forward and stuff, and even past It just didn't a lot of her action didn't occur there. So they brought a scene in, and it doesn't bother me. I do find it interesting that we have a Wong with a portal.
Well, we also have what's her face, Wasp, in here as well. She has nothing to do with Avengers Tower.
Nothing.
So,
right.
And we also don't get an Ant-Man minifigure, which I understand having a micro figure. I get it. It doesn't mean I have to like it. So I wonder what the creative decision there.
That's my biggest critique of the whole thing. I'm tired of seeing Ant-Man only displayed as a little microfigure. I just opened up the Goliath CMF the other day, and there's little Ant-Man and his little microfigure, whatever. The printing is great. I love the idea of it, but realistically, give me a figure. I want to see a figure.
Yep.
I need a figure. Yep. If you're gonna give me both. Give me both. Give me a bigger Ant-Man and then the microfigure thing, and then we can have different scenes. Just like you have two Caps, you have two Tonys, you have all these multiple figures. Give me two. Give me a microfigure and a bigger figure. Now these are nitpicking things. It's easy to always be, well, if it was me, I'd do this, but. Look, it's not me. I'm not making the decisions.
Of course.
It's hard for me to pick apart this set too much because they've done so much good with it that it's S tier. It's S tier.
I was going to try to look up on Brickset what other appearances Ant-Man has had as a minifigure in sets, because typically what Marvel or what Lego tries to do, which I really like, is even though Ant-Man isn't available in the Avengers Tower, well, hey, in the following couple of months, we're going to have an Ant-Man set. So you can just kind of tack that on where it's totally optional. But if you're a collector and you want everyone and everything, you can get that and it adds it on. But Brickset is not available. So I can't go on there. And as we know, BrickLink isn't available. So I guess I'm just kind of out of luck. And you're going to have to assume there's no Ant-Man on the way. And you're going to have to stick with your $500 Avengers Tower, which I'm glad it's $500 and not $525 because of inflation and blah, blah, blah. So that is what it is. But I'll be getting it day one. I'll be getting up on Black Friday and building it either on stream or in solitude. We'll see.
On stream, ladies and gentlemen, we could see Mr. Bricks O'Brien building Lego on stream. What?
If the people if the people show up, I'm not opposed, because that set, even looking at it, and I've known for months and a long time, it brings me a lot of joy, and I would want to share that experience with people live. So we'll talk about that in the future. But
there we go.
I digress.
There we go. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to be making the trek to a Lego store first thing in the morning on Black Friday, or if I'm just going to get online at midnight and snag this bad boy up. They're announcing launches at 11:24 at 12 a.m. Eastern time, and so that means you can get it online. You can just take care of it online and not have to worry about anything, and not have to get up early on Black Friday. But that means you're also going to have to wait a few days to get your Avengers Tower. So if you want it day one, if you want to crack that thing open day one on Black Friday, you're gonna have to probably be getting up a little early or staying up a little late, depending on what the traffic is going to be like for your local stores. So, and
just make good friends with the people at your local Lego store, like I have, and just say, "Hey, man, listen, I'm one half of B Unfiltered Live, airing on YouTube and across the internet. What can we do, man? What can we do?" And then it just happens. Things just happen.
It carries a lot of clout these days.
It does.
You mentioned it earlier, Mr. Bricks O'Brien, that we are facing some interesting times when it comes to the online Lego world right now. And BrickLink, as of this morning, is still not available.
Are you going to screen share the 404 page?
Is just incredible to me. Went down on November 4th. It's been down for 4 days.
Yeah, we didn't even get a chance to talk about it because it happened on Saturday.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of rumor speculation on what exactly happened, how exactly it happened, but basically there being a breach of security at some level, which means that they have to obviously take down their system and reevaluate everything. It doesn't surprise me that BrickLink is still down, especially because it's always been this kind of a hodgepodge of a website, to put it lightly. It was not ever really updated to be like a modern e-commerce platform like an eBay or literally anywhere else. It was using like an infrastructure that was just not friendly for regular non-Lego people to use. Where as I was working in the Lego store, you tell people to go to BrickLink and find a seller and international shipping and weight variances, and there's a glaze to look over people's eyes as you talk about BrickLink with some regular people. So it doesn't necessarily surprise me that something like that would have accidentally been vulnerable, given how I've known it to be. So is it surprising it's taking 4 days to make it happen? With Lego officially backing the website, yes, I think it's taking a little bit oddly too long. Normally these things take, maybe a day or two to find the issue and, bang it out and get it done. Because also people who are sellers on there that are normal people, they're losing out on their business. And this is some people's like business that they operate. And it's just days and days. That's like Twitch going down for 4 days. You know how much pandemonium Twitch or YouTube or any website where a ton of it'd be madness, and obviously much different scale and money coming in, but still.
When it comes to the internet, since we've had it, it's people have been trying to exploit it, and hack different sites like that, especially when we get into e-commerce and things. eBay has been attacked and has been had to be shut down, and Facebook and all these other sites that still there are exchange of money and information and things like that. I mean, unfortunately, there are people out in the world that are going to continue to try to attack these websites. And if you are going to, regardless if you're paying money or not, going to invest your business into an entity that's outside of your overall control, you are unfortunately taking on that risk of, I don't run it. I'm not personally supporting that server. I can't.
Correct.
It's hard. I know it's difficult, but it's hard to be critical if you've taken the risk of putting all of your eggs in that particular basket. And I feel like some of the online Lego community has been unjustifiably harsh about the time it's taking, because I say this, if they are still taking this long, it's because they want to make it right and they want to fix it. And it is, if you think about what that website does, regardless of its outdated design and style, it does so much in the back end to pull all of the resources from all of these different places from all over the globe, organize it, get the orders out, get it put, sent to the right stores, and make sure these things are checked and balanced and sent out. That's a hefty task. And for the most part, it hasn't really run into issues from my understanding of its history. So, yes, Lego is involved with this website now, which means they're probably taking a nice long look at it going, if we've been hacked, which information for certain stores and certain customers has been breached,
how does that also factor into Lego.com inadvertently?
They're looking,
which is a way bigger deal than BrickLink.
Right. They're looking at all of that, right? And they want to make sure before they just push it back out there and say, it's not like these people have taken the site down. Lego and BrickLink took the site down to protect everybody. Like, that's why
this wasn't it wasn't like a DDoS or anything like that. Right. It was a very willing pull of services to make sure it's done right. And if I'm Lego, I'm looking at BrickLink being down or being compromised in some way, and I'm like, well, how much do we need to invest to make sure that this doesn't happen in the future? Because they've also doubled down on those creator programs with like, oh, you can get your mock fulfilled here by having like whatever, and then the designer program. So they're already showing they want to invest more in the website. So we'll never know, but how much is that dollar amount that they're going to have to invest to fix everything and make sure it's all, cooperating with each other? It's just interesting to think about.
Exactly. So give them, I'm not saying, look, I'm not saying give them a full on pass here. Obviously, there was a cybersecurity issue here that maybe they weren't aware of, but keep in mind that people are always looking for opportunities to attack websites on all different types of levels. Yep. Because they have nothing better to do with their lives, and they're out there, and these people are out there. They're, you got to pay us so much money in Bitcoin and all this stuff or whatever. Hold your judgment back a little bit, okay, and realize that the site is still currently down, not because these people, these outside entities brought it down. It's because they're protecting your information right now. That's what they're doing. And if you're going to sit there and complain about it, then why don't you just go ahead and put all your credit card information just on the web right now for everybody to look at, because that's what you're asking. That's literally what you're asking Lego and them to do, and BrickLink to do right now, is just, yeah, fine, whatever. You want to still use the website and buy things and everything like that without us having to make sure that your information is protected. Sure. It's the most ridiculous complaint that I've heard from people when it comes to Lego right now is, oh, woe is me. Yes, I can't buy the pieces I need to buy, because that's what I mean, the people that have the stores, it's like, I get it. That's your livelihood, whatever. Yeah. I'm hearing more of the complaints from people that are just trying to buy stuff.
No, that's stupid. Get over it.
And that's stupid. That's stupid. Get over it. Like, they're literally protecting your information right now by not allowing you that opportunity. Like, that's what they're doing. So
what you can do, instead of trying to build that mock, go do anything else on your infinite to-do list. I'm sure you have out there. Like, go pick up a different hobby, drink more water. I don't know, catch up on sleep, do literally whatever.
Go also, touch grass.
In a way, also pro gamer tip. Part of what I saw people talking about online was like the payment methods are compromised. They're like, oh, people paid in this way or that way. If you're paying in cryptocurrency or you're paying with your bank account for a transaction on BrickLink, you're a Goomba in a cake, because there is no reason that you need to pay with your bank account for a Lego purchase on a website like BrickLink. You use a credit card, you use a debit card. You should always have some sort of safeguard in between you, because when stuff like this happens, it's not a situation where you're going to get that money back. I know of somebody in my close friend group, his mom got scammed out of thousands of dollars because it was linking a direct wire transfer from one account to another. And yes, I understand international payments are different, but don't be, no. Don't that is a common sense. Let's think about these things before we do them. Don't use use a bank account to pay for stuff like, I don't know, a car, a house, not Lego. Come on.
No.
What are we doing?
Not online purchases. Period.
No.
Period. Exactly. What you could do, though, is purchase some things coming up on Black Friday, and Lego was scheduled to do a big announcement today, starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. A pre-taped, I'm assuming, but live event on the interwebs that Mr. Bricks O'Brien will, in fact, be showcasing actually live with his live reaction today on Twitch, twitch.tv/Mr. or not Mr., but twitch.tv/Bricks O'Brien. I'm so used to calling you Mr. that I want to add the right.
Listen, we need all the viewership on the right URL. Mr. O'Brien does not exist.
Lego has blown their wad with the Avengers Tower. We thought that was going to be the big announcement for today.
And I mean, it is.
It's still an announcement, but what could they have? Do they have anything left in their arsenal to push out? Because I thought the Avengers Tower was kind of the last big announcement, big release of the year. So could it be that in our world, in our time of leaks, Lego leaks that are out there for everybody to find and see months before things are announced, could they be slipping something our way?
No.
There it is. And here's why.
the Avengers Tower, I would have really loved to see revealed at the time it was scheduled for, 6:30 Eastern, live stream. Anything when you really do it live, it gets a sense of people, coming together to talk about the thing in one moment. And I've always fundamentally questioned the idea of just putting out a press release and having the affiliates kind of put it out there themselves, right? Like you can make a much bigger deal out of an announcement like an Avengers Tower or, your big tent pole set for the year, whatever it is. So I've always found that weird. And then with now this information being out there of the Avengers Tower officially revealed, and then you also have a chance to win a copy of the set that is autographed by the set designers, along with 30 people winning $100 gift cards. I'm interested to see how they do that. Like, is it going to be you need to be logged into your Lego account, or you're retweeting something, or you whatever? But what this is the thing that they email the regular Lego people about, like regular Lego fans, not AFOLs, not diehard people. And they say, hey, we have this wonderful Black Friday showcase we want you to see. Here's all the things that you should be buying your kid for Black Friday. And it's a live stream infomercial of all the stuff that they have, including Lego Dreams. Oh, here's season 2 is going to be coming. So here's a trailer. Go buy the sets. Here's, blah, 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 blah. It's basically going to be a 30-minute infomercial sprinkled in with, set designers and whatever. That's all it's going to be. And obviously, like a designer video or something pertaining to the Avengers Tower specifically. You are not getting anything new out of this. They have everything January 1st coming out. And if Lego were smart, which they are in a lot of ways, they are not going to announce anything new for January 1st to detract from the holiday season that is literally here already. So I say you're getting nothing, and you have a chance to win one of 30 gift cards, which is Lego's way of saying, hey, it's not just one person winning. You have a chance too. You have basically no chance. But hey, tune in and whatever, and you could win. So
does Lego continue to fumble the ball here when it comes to announcements? I never see them hit an announcement the right way. I never see them. I never see it.
The thing with announcing it at 9 a.m. Eastern is that it does factor in that international audience, which obviously Lego is a Danish company, so European time zones, it's accompanying them, and their marketing, blah, 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 all that stuff, the communication, and if something goes wrong and whatever. So obviously they have that in America, but that's Denmark in that way. So I would really prefer a Nintendo Direct style announcement, video, press conference, something. Give people a reason to come together that isn't cringe like LegoCon. You take the best of LegoCon, hone in on what makes it great, and highlighting either people in the Lego community, not just creators, but like mock builders and whoever, to make it just a good show and wanting to attend for kids and families. But they're just not continuing to do that. And hopefully that changes next year. But it never feels like a big momentous occasion. No. It's me scrolling through Twitter and I'm like, oh, the Avengers Tower is here. Okay, cool. And then it just kind of goes,
Right. Right. And LegoCon's a prime example of that, where we have they spend all this time, pumping it up, and then they, announce in air quotes sets that they've already announced and have announced for months. And the Razor Crest comes to mind when I think about LegoCon, where they spent all this time during their Star Wars portion of their LegoCon talking about sets that have either already been released or sets that they had already announced, whilst the designers are wearing strategic t-shirts showing the outline of the Razor Crest. Lego, announce your set. What is the problem? Why are we waiting? Why are you fumbling the ball? A company like that should not have this amount of problems when it comes to marketing. I don't get it. I've never understood it with their announcement system.
It's a cultural difference in how the Americans like to see things like sensationalized. Like we bring all of our people into an arena to watch football, right? Like the NFL. And that is not to the same scale, at least maybe in Denmark, which still has very much the same family style of like running their business. Like they still call themselves a family company. They're not a family company. It's a multi-billion-dollar company. So it's some of that smaller thinking that they're just like, we don't need to do that. We can just do this sort of thing and try. And then, it doesn't work. Forget about it.
Because it's not hurting. It's not hurting their bottom line the way that they're announcing things. It's not.
Right.
It's for us. It's for us and to get hyped and,
yeah,
it would help them beat some of the leaks.
It would help them beat leaks. It would just make for a fun thing that people can do. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't, if you have the ability to do something like that, why wouldn't you do it? Because it's gonna give you at least a 10% boost, if not maybe a little less or more. I don't know that part of it, of people pre-ordering in that moment, because, hey, if you get this right now, you get this. And people get caught up in that. And you can play into that by having a really carefully curated event that is live streamed for everybody. And yes, I know time zones are a thing, but you can find a way to make it work and just make it something. When Nintendo announces they're doing a Nintendo Direct, which is their showcase of their new games coming out for the next 6 months, it is like literally 100,000 people watching. And so you give it, I don't know, a year, you'll have 100,000 AFOLs and kids, families tuning in or watching the replay afterward. Like, there is a market to making announcements of that scale happen. So just do it. It's that simple. Mm-hmm. Dedicate the funds to doing it, and and doing it right, and you will see it pay in spades.
So we expect this Black Friday announcement today to still be centered around the Avengers Tower that was dropped today. Unfortunately, no pre-order available for the tower.
No, because they don't want you pre-ordering during double points, Zach. No.
Oh, there's the ideas. See, now it's all making sense.
We call that hashtag marketing around these parts.
Yeah. Strategery. Strategery. But they do have some newer sets that they have released or released and announced over the past weekend and continuing on this week. And one of them, which really caught my eye, was the Jurassic Park T-Rex skull. Was announced as a Target exclusive, even though you can still get it on Lego.com. You cannot pre-order it on Lego.com. You can, however, pre-order it over on Target.com if you would like to get a hold of that Jurassic Park T-Rex skull. And the other Jurassic set, the Baby Dino Rescue Center. Another one of those 4+ sets, Brian, that you just scratch your head at when you see the price of $40, $39.99 US. I don't get it. I'll never get it. I need somebody from Lego, much smarter than me, to explain their pricing model when it comes to these things and why. Or somebody out in the internet world to explain to me their pricing model and why. Do either one of these sets pique your interest?
God, no. But the only way I can explain it is by having this idea that, let's say, every minifigure is worth $4 to $5. I mean, collectible minifigures are $5. $6? $5. So the figures that are less articulate, like these human characters here, they don't have arm printing accessories, blah, 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 blah. Let's say each of those are $4. And then you have the dinosaurs, which can be $5 to $6, depending on, how complex they are. You're not looking at something that is out of the realm of $40. It just doesn't feel like a $40 Lego set. And I think the argument of it's a big molded, ugly rock piece, that justification for a price increase only goes so far when you have these ridiculously priced sets anyways. But they those ones, and even larger ones, were in the Hogwarts Castle that I'm looking at right now, and those were fairly priced Lego sets. So I don't know. I think it's the dinosaurs. I think it's a custom molding of them. Even averaging everything out to $4 or $5 per molded little figure, you kind of get $40 with the car, with the dino egg and whatever. I guess it makes sense.
So, but is this what kids want? This is a 4+ set with very minimal build involved.
Yes, I think so. Because in my time working at Lego, it has always been about the animals and the characters. It is what can you play with as a solid single piece that doesn't feel like a baby toy that you can take with you when you're in the car running out of the house. Okay, are you going to take the rock pieces and the one piece of siding from a building? Obviously not, but they're going to put it in there to kind of help set the scene and tee up your imagination.
Sure.
But having those little baby dinosaurs that you could put like in your pocket or in a backpack or something, that's like your cute little thing to bring with you as you're going about real life. So that's why I always recommended the dinosaur sets when I was working at Lego, because what kid doesn't want a dinosaur, and a big dinosaur at that? Like it works. So
yeah,
I'm curious with it being 4+, like some of these dinosaurs are rather small. They generally have larger pieces with these sets. So not that 4-year-olds should be putting plastic in their mouths, but like, yeah,
they're
whatever.
this set in general is
smaller,
full of very small pieces. The baby velociraptors and things. These are small pieces, and this is based off of the Netflix cartoon series Camp Cretaceous.
Yeah.
I'm a little bummed that they're not classifying the ankylosaur as Bumpy. Like, it's not Bumpy, which is one of everybody's favorite characters from Camp Cretaceous. Sure. It's just some random baby dinosaur, kind of thing. And we don't
like the Triceratops.
The Triceratops again. The little dino figures. These are printing money. I get it. The pterodactyl. Like, this is good stuff. If you're adding into more of your other, Lego Jurassic, mixture of things, I would love to see more Camp Cretaceous sets. I think that was a great show on Netflix, and I hope that the rumors are true and they bring back a new season of it and things and continue the story with these characters. We're missing a lot of the characters from this in this particular set, but I think they're included in other sets. But it is the same price as the fossil, as the T-Rex skull. And it's interesting because they're literally giving us two sets, one geared towards adults that just want a display set, have fun building a nice T-Rex model of sorts that goes well with, your T-Rex breakout set or just nice display sets, right? And it'll sit nicely on a shelf. I'm digging this. Like, this is for me. This is for somebody like me. Is it a day one purchase? Absolutely not. But it will. I eventually want to get this in my collection and put it. I have a nice little display shelf with some of the Bricker Build stuff and things with the dino eggs and the shaving cream canister and things. So this will go really well with those sets, and I'm excited. I'm excited about adding that to my collection. They also dropped a bunch of Chinese New Year sets that are out there now for people to consume and get excited for, coming out January. So they're announcing this stuff 2 months ahead of time to start whetting your appetite a little bit. We've got a dragon.
This was announced. It was announced at a it was like a Chinese expo, like a product expo. Mm-hmm. So that it kind of aligned with that.
Yeah. Any sets in the new Chinese New Year collection piquing your interest? The dragon to me looks beautiful. And the Mickey, of course.
I'm a rat, so my time has already passed. I was born in '96, so any affinity toward the year is not here with this. These sets are amazing and aggravating at the same time. Amazing because they look amazing, have such a level of care, detail, and consideration that goes into every single square inch of all of these sets. They are so unbelievably carefully curated for the Chinese market. If you celebrate Chinese New Year, absolutely. It is aggravating because they take so much time, care, and consideration into making these sets, and they are beautiful across the board. Because as a diehard Lego Super Mario fan, this is all I want for Mario, and I'm not getting it, but we're getting it, and it's obviously two different sides of the coin. Two different sides of the coin. Two different, but you can just see like Justin Ramsden or whoever the set designer is for this wave of Chinese New Year sets, just injecting like the care and the love and the everything into the boxes. It's just like a syringe going in. It just looks awesome. And then I get Blocky Kong instead of Donkey Kong. So then I'm like,
you did get a gorgeous piranha plant though this week.
Great. Who cares? Okay. Who cares? Oh, it's a $60 piranha plant. I want a $400 whatever. So these are beautiful. Not for me. Continues not to be for me. What I do think is a little more aggravating than amazing, and I know you like this one. I know you like it, and I can't wait for you to tell me off about it, is that Chinese New Year Mickey Mouse. I think that is very not weird, but like, why that for that particular thing? And also, like, you could have done all these different Mickey Mouse variants. You could have done one for the 100 Years of Magic with the lavender and these kind of holographic stickers maybe on the character. Like, that opens the door to so many other Mickey Mouse variants. And this is the first one. I'm like, I would rather see 100 Years of Magic one, but that's just me. But I know you like it, so I'll let you talk.
I don't know why they didn't do 100 anniversary Mickey Brickhead with the jazzy great. Silver coat and all this. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that. I think that was a misstep and a missed opportunity.
But you can't go back to that either. Like,
you can't. 100 years is done. It's done. You know, and they're not, obviously we're not getting it, right? So it doesn't, you can't release it next year and or so on and so forth. I don't know why, but this is a set I didn't know was coming, and I didn't know I needed until today. So I'm very excited. I love my Brickheads. I think they're one of the coolest building models that Lego puts out. They're unique with every one they do.
Very stylized.
Printed pieces, no stickers with these sets. And the fact that they're able, very much to my affinity towards micro builds, the fact that they're able to create these things and make it look even remotely like what they're supposed to look like, using a lot of pieces that they already have in their arsenal. They just put prints on them and things like that, is very, very cool. And I did not expect to see something like this with the Chinese New Year collection this time around. But hey, I'm all about it. Thank you for giving me a new Disney Brickhead that I must now purchase and put on my shelf, because like you, I think these Chinese New Year sets are neat. Not for me. I'm not gonna rush out and get them. But that one, you bet your buttons it's going in my stack of shame.
The what's it called? This family reunion celebration that makes for a great Lego city. And if you want to make a Chinatown district, you can, like, that is to a T perfect for it, along with the Monkey Kid set that was announced, the Megalopolis, like that sort of thing. It gives, like, cyberpunk Chinatown vibes, so you can totally make something cool out of it. And then there's the coolest part about the reunion set too, there is a jacket, printed torso that has the classic space logo, but it's the red dragon.
Oh, it's so cool.
That's very cool. I don't personally care, but that is very cool.
It's a neat touch.
The only one of these that's confusing, and I know you wanted to touch on this, and maybe you can explain it to me because I'm actually confused looking at it, is the calendar that they're coming out with the boat, and it looks odd because of the way the dating system works, and I can't really make any sense of it right now. But do you have anything to elaborate on that?
I don't know how they're doing that unless they've created a new piece for this set with the wheel thing, because I don't know how they're creating the line of stickers, which looking at the images doesn't look like there's any separation on the stickers. So I'm not sure how that set is being accomplished, which is, it's piqued my interest because of that more than anything. Like, I'm just not sure how they're accomplishing, because it almost looks like a big line of stickers that you have to kind of wrap around this wheel thing. And well, okay, if you do that, well, what piece are you using to accomplish that wheel? Like, what is the piece that they're using to accomplish that wheel?
And
so,
not only that, but like how is the date conveyed? It must be something pertaining to, I don't know, Chinese culture that we're not aware of, because it's going like, 22 17 1106. There's like a way, like it's a weird how the dates is kind of, I don't know, maybe like it seems like, do you read it month to day, or I have no idea. So if anybody by any means of the internet wants to tell us and enlighten us, please.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's, I mean, I guess you could do it either way you do it, right? But I mean, the year is above it, so it's 2024,
right?
And then as an American, I'm reading it as the 2-digit month and 2-digit date.
Well, but they have in the first slot on the left, there's like a 2, so it is like 1106, like November 6th or however you read it, June 11th. So then, whatever context would you need 22 for the first placement?
I don't think you would roll it to that. I think it was just, that's the way they printed the stickers.
There for the sake of it.
Right. So you would just roll, you would literally just spin past to get it to December. So a 1 and a 2, right? But they're only printing the exact same roll of stickers. So it's probably 4 lines of stickers on the printed sticker sheet.
And you could just do whatever you want.
Right. And then you could put it as, you could literally do it as however you wanted. If there's a specific time that makes sense to you that you enjoy, or what, like, who knows? But I think that's my interpretation of it, is that to simplify the printing process, all 4 of those lines of stickers are the exact same, 0 through 9. And then you can change the date to whatever you want it to be in any way you wanted to do it.
And you can just use this calendar forever, because you can just change out the 5 and then subsequently change out the 4 for 5 and so on and so forth.
Exactly. You just kind of keep adding to it, kind of thing. That's the way, that's the way you can just add. I mean, you can make up dates. You can make up 32nd of October. Why not? That's why, don't poop in my soup, Brian. I'll make whatever date I want,
That's why I'm like, wait, is this something in Chinese culture I'm not aware of? Like, do they read because I know like Chinese New Year is not American New Year, but we're getting in the weeds here. So whatever. It's fine. You do whatever you want, man.
We're getting a little inside baseball. I think it's honestly, I think it's just more simple than that. I think they just, it was Lego being lazy, and we're just going to make this thing as simple as possible.
Yeah, fair.
And you're literally just going to roll through whatever numbers you want at that point.
Time is a construct, everybody. Loki season 2.
Right.
We're excited. I'm excited, man. But that's a different thing.
Bingo. You can now, however, you now have an opportunity to choose your own adventure, Brian, when it comes to these new releases. And I think you pointed it out best. The reason we're not getting a Avengers Tower as a pre-order is, ladies and gentlemen, Insiders reward time is popping up here on
November. Spend your money.
November 18th through 19th, strategically placed before the Black Friday event, because they want you to take advantage of the double insider points. I still want to call them VIP points. I might still call them VIP points. I don't even care at this point. But they want you to take advantage of those double VIP double insider points the weekend before the Black Friday shopping spree, because Lego knows how to take your freaking money. Like they get it. So you're gonna go out and you're gonna buy a couple bigger sets. They're trying to entice you to spend that $200-$300 mark the weekend before, and then come back the next weekend and spend $500 more for no extra points on top of that. Do you, Bricks O'Brien, take advantage every time there is a double insider point weekend. Do you take
Absolutely
advantage?
Not a chance.
They can't entice you.
No. They
Get
can't.
out of here. Get out of here.
So the reason why.
Get out of here.
The reason
Are
why.
Are you really a Lego insider then? No, I say no. I say no, Brian.
I'm no RLFM. I'm no insider. I'm no VIP. I'm just a schlub.
Who even are you?
Yeah, exactly. No, because I am more incentivized by a exclusive gift, which doesn't typically coincide with a insider VIP weekend. You know, if I'm buying the Avengers Tower and I'm getting a $25 like credit back, technically, well, it's not a credit back because you still have to spend that money. That's 5%. And then for a double VIP weekend, that's 10%. So would a 10% sale entice me, or a 10% advance on your future purchase really entice me? Not necessarily. Now, if it's a if it's an exclusive gift, sure, something like that, a little bit more so. But if it's something I really want and it's on my list and I'm in a position to obviously get it, then yeah, I will end up waiting until a double VIP time to make it happen. Specifically for the Avengers Tower, the next double VIP after this, they've actually done one, I think the week before Christmas. Like last year, the year before, it was kind of crazy. They never ever do that. But it could be something like that. I mean, yes, it could be in March. It could be October. So I know for me personally, I want it sooner than March or October. So I'm just going to buy it when it comes out and not feel like I'm left out of the $25, because $25 realistically, in the grand scheme of you spending $500 in Massachusetts tax at 6.25%, is not a whole heck of a lot anyways. So that $25 is more so worth it for me to have it sooner, build it, and have the satisfaction of, obviously, if I'm in a place to get it.
I love how logical you're being about this. I just like seeing my little point number tick up.
You know, I do
I
too.
I like refreshing that and seeing that number.
Trust me.
It's like the Chinese New Year calendar. Like I want 23, 23. I want 87, 25 on that calendar to show my
what I've done.
That's what I'm going to use it for.
Wow.
My points.
Oh, I'm sorry, Zach. Your VIP points are only in the 4 digits. Rookie. Anyways.
This is true.
What I do a lot of the time is I go into my calculator and I'm like, all right, it's 13,000 points for $100. So if I divide this and I add on this and I have, so right now I have a bunch of VIP points. And the last time I used up all my VIP points was when I was working at Lego and I bought the Play Scale Death Star in 2017. And with my discount, it ended up costing me $15 for that $500 set at the time. So that's the last time I really used any in one big giant go. So right now, this is my privilege showing. I have 61,391 points.
Holy
sitting in my smog den of coins, like the dragon I am. So how many points do you have, Zach, or do you feel comfortable sharing? I'm putting you on the spot here.
I only have 19,504 points.
Dang.
Right now.
It's like this guy doesn't even stream Lego. He just reacts to redeems on his stream. He doesn't even build anything enough to justify buying more product.
I'll tell you why. I have that. Why's that? Because I don't know about you, but when it comes to the actual reward points, I exchange them on a regular basis. And I am not one to use my points for a lot of the collectible little things, you know, the keychains, the hats, the posters, the prints, any of that stuff, you know, the coolers, none of that. I use it for the cash, baby. I'm all about that cash. And I know that it's not a good transaction, but that's what I feel like, you know, I'm going to buy the set anyway kind of thing. And this is just the extra perk. So I have purchased a lot of sets with my VIP points. I've purchased things like the UCS AT-AT with my VIP points. I've purchased a lot of the larger giveaways I do on my Twitch channel with those VIP points. So that's how I help offset the cost. So yes, I'm only showing rookie numbers of 19,000, but that's because I really have used a lot of those points for those $100 gift cards to purchase the larger sets. So I kind of accumulate them to the point where I get enough to buy a larger set with them, and then I get the larger set.
That to me is the way to do it, because you could chip off $5-10 here and there, and obviously if you're in a financial position to do so, you can save them up, and like it really is substantial when I'll walk into the Lego store and like, yeah, give me the Avengers Tower half off without any help from anybody else or any other whatever. Like that to me is a cool moment. I don't want to call it powerful, but a cool moment just to be able to do that. But they have all sorts of other stuff, like obviously for kids and families to draw along stuff for Ninjago. There's something that happened recently with the spooky season, which is now long past, and now we're fully in Christmas season, as you can maybe see by Zach's losing team a Christmas tree in the background. But we have these limited edition prints that are available for you to get, which are all Halloween themed, and they did a nice little social media campaign about them.
They did.
So that was, you know, more of that energy for the larger scale events, but I digress.
And there are prints that I do like. Now we have noticed, and it happened again yesterday with a good friend of the show, the local brick shop over there on Twitch, where he unboxed one of these new prints, and the packaging was left a lot to be desired. They just kind of shoved this poster in a box with his other sets, and it was all bent and everything. And these prints, especially these prints that they put out, these are actually limited edition, stamped and numbered prints, and they bent the absolute hell out of it, shoving it in this box. And I've had that happen too, not with a limited edition print that was stamped and numbered, but with just prints that I've, you know, have redeemed. And you know, they've been good about like normal Lego customer service is about sending you out a new one. In this particular case, this is a stamped and numbered print. I don't know how they're going to handle it. I'll be anxious to hear what Local says about his conversation with Lego when it comes to this kind of thing. Now, I would like to see more of that, but more care taken with the prints. I personally would love to see Lego go down the path of retired or classic box art as framed prints. Give us some nice box art, you know, from our childhood, you know, classic space, you know, pirates and all this. Give us that box art that, instead of us cutting up our own boxes and flattening them out and then putting that, you know, making that ourselves. No, go ahead, because a lot of us didn't keep those boxes. So give us representation of those, of the classic. I would display the heck out of that all over my Lego studio, and things would be the classic box art style prints, nicely framed. But for God's sake, either roll them and send them to me in a tube, or always send them as a separate shipment in between two freaking, you know, cardboard sheets, because just shoving them in as a box is absolutely ridiculous when it comes to, especially a collector's item like a limited edition stamped and numbered print.
And when you're paying for them with your VIP points, which the relative value of them is $15 each at 1750 VIP points, and $20 is 2600, so it's kind of $15.
Yeah.
Those are prints you would buy at a convention from an art booth, and $15 is about par for the course. So why not take the extra care and consideration? You know, when you're buying them at a convention, a lot of times vendors will put a clear plastic wrap on them, roll them in a tube for you, elastic band, literally everything. I really dislike when posters are rolled up, because you can never unroll them and they always kind of have a curve to them. Yeah. So like you said, two little pieces of cardboard, you know, fairly stiff. If it means you bump it up by, you know, $2 to cover the cost, whatever, make it an even 2,000 points and call it a day. Sure. Cover your costs that way. But yeah, especially when they're limited edition, for sure. And the idea of the classic boxes is good, but also could be bad for Lego, where they're like, hey, remember this thing we don't make anymore? Do you want it? And then they see it, and then they're like, oh, people really like that one. We should probably do a remaster of that. And then it takes 4 years for them to do it. And
Hey,
you know, so maybe it's
I'm
a
not,
little.
but that's the thing is, I'm not hating on that for them to maybe make that, you know, all of a sudden spawn this idea of,
Yeah.
you know, we need more El Dorado castles and Lion Knight castles and things like that. Like, you know, Galaxy Explorer, one of the best sets Lego has ever done in the past 5 years. Like, it literally is but just like the Avengers Tower, in my opinion, is a perfect set
Yep.
of display, nostalgia, and play. And price, my god, that Galaxy Explorer set price wise was perfection.
Yep.
And you know, I would love to see more of that. I would love to see more classic space get reinvigorated and brought back into, because there's a lot of, you know, we're getting now, we're adults like me that grew up with certain Lego, you know, properties and things. You know, we all have kids now, and they're starting to kind of get into into the hobby, and it's fun. It would be fun to revisit these old memories with them, and a whole series of classic poster, you know, art based off the box art of these classic sets would be a great way to a great way to do it. But they have all kinds of other rewards. They've got hats and keychains, and the hat they currently have where you can switch out the actual patch, Velcro patch on the front of it. I think it's actually kind of cool. I'm not going to spend my VIP points on it, but I do think it actually is a really, really neat idea that I do enjoy, and I appreciate what they're doing with it.
There's your Bionicle, everybody. You want a little Bionicle acknowledgement from Lego? There you go.
There you go. There you go. Wrapping up things with this episode, we are getting closer to the holiday season, Mr. Bricks.
Yes, indeed.
Brian, so what is it that we can look forward to on the show going forward with the holiday season?
Well, something I would really like to get involved with, especially with everybody who's listening and watching across the internet, with the holidays approaching. Obviously, we are shopping for ourselves as diehard Lego fans, but other people too. And we have a big selection of sets to choose from that have released throughout the year, or even some from last year that are mainstays that you can just easily recommend and advocate for when you're going to your white elephant gift exchange or going over to your cousin's house, whatever, right? So I thought it would be a really cool idea to come up with our Lego wish list for 2023. So it can be a list of Lego sets that we could easily recommend to other people, sets that we personally enjoy, all under a specific price point. So it's a nice consolidated list for you when you're out shopping for whoever during the holidays. So I think if we set a $250 budget, right, of sets that we can choose from, that is the ultimate list of Lego sets that we can advocate for, as obviously you and I, but anybody who's listening as well. Your suggestions, yeah, I'd recommend this. Yeah, you should buy this. Yeah, I'm going to get this for my niece or nephew for Christmas, birthday, whatever. And obviously $250 is a lot of money, but Lego is also very expensive. So, you know, you need a little wiggle room too. So we're not going too crazy, but that'll be the topic of next week's show, going over our top Lego sets for the year under that $250 price point total. A nice little recommendation list for people.
I love it. And we want to get you guys involved with that. So make sure you are hitting us up on our individual socials via Discord. You can find us over on Twitter. If you want to leave comments here on this video, please do so about what you would include on that list. But our socials are very easy to find. It's just Zach M. Rutledge and Bricks O'Brien on all the different social platforms that you can be a part of, whether it be Twitter, Threads, TikTok, Instagram, over on Twitch, and here on YouTube. So look us up.
The ZNB Lego gift giving guide, as it has been put.
Yes, book coming soon, 2025, 2026.
It's an actual guidebook, that the ZMB's guide to gift giving Lego.
And then in the very back of the book, we explain how you can claim all of those Lego purchases on your taxes.
Yes. Oh, well, that's out of pocket, especially for both of us, but that's a different story for a different post show.
Mr. Bricks O'Brien will be live tonight over on Twitch, 6:30 p.m. Twitch.tv/Bricks O'Brien for a live look at the Lego Black Friday event. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Avengers talk going on in that chat.
Avengers talk. There's some giveaways and there's some marbles. So all y'all tune in, get some stuff, do the thing, be there early.
Perfect. I will not be live again until Thursday over on Twitch, and we're going to be doing more Lego with the Disney castles over there. Mr. Bricks O'Brien, thank you so much for being here once again. I appreciate you, and you folks out there in the YouTube worlds, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. You can find us here every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time for more Lego topic discussions. We've got a lot of stuff coming up, gang, and a lot of possibilities, lots of things to theorize about, new releases, and of course the holiday season. Mariah Carey season is upon us. Mr. Bricks O'Brien,
she's thawed and ready.
She's thawed and ready. Mr. Bricks O'Brien, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. Until then, everybody, we'll see you guys next Wednesday, 10 a.m. Bye.
Bye.